Bayern Munich 2, Barcelona 0. This is a group of death that are really picked out when these draws of the Champions League group stages were drawn. There is Bayern, Barcelona, and Inter Milan, and Pleasant is the weakest, but these three teams are really going to tussle it out and see who is really going to go ahead and really win. Bayern Munich beating Inter Milan in the opening game by 2-0 away in Italy, and Barcelona beating Victoria Pleasant at Camp Nou by 5-1. You know that very well. And obviously today it has been a different game of football together after a side which goes by names of Bayern Munich went ahead to beat Barcelona by 2-2 at what we call the Allianz Arena. Barcelona swallowed the 2 goals, and obviously they couldn't even score any goal in the field. I mean, it's them having a lot of the possession. They couldn't use the possession they had to go on and really win their game of football. Barcelona had a very good styled up 11 that really put up a lot of cohesion and they put up a lot of resistance, but obviously Bayern edged the game. Now, as things stand, Barcelona needs to go on and really win their next 2 games, and guess what? Their next 2 games, they are against Inter Milan. It's going to be a double header. They host at Camp Nou and they play away in Italy. That is a team which goes with the names of Barcelona. So it looks like things are not all rosy for Barcelona. They might face exactly what they faced last season when they failed to get out of the group stage and went to play into the UEFA Europa League. If at all they don't get a quite good result against Inter Milan in that double header, then that means they won't be able to go on and really get themselves a win all through into these group stages. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, after this game today, these are the stats coming in from Statement Dave, and is telling us that Bayern Munich's all-time record versus Barcelona in all competition. They've played 14 games. Bayern has 10 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses, 32 goals scored. Win number 10 against the Spanish side today. So it shows you that they went into this game when Bayern is really having a pedigree over a side which goes by the names of Barcelona, and Xavi knew it very well, but obviously he went in with his all strong side. If I try to show you the lineup of Barcelona that really went up to play this game of football, you will get shocked, because I believe the moment Xavi realized that Frenkie de Jong should be in his starting team, then he'll really reduce on the number of games he really lose, because you can tell me that in a game like this, you don't play Frenkie de Jong. I'm going to talk about Gavi, I'm going to talk about Pedri, and see what you guys will also have to really give me as your thoughts as far as this game of football is concerned. And Xavi plus a side which goes by the names of Xavi and the side which goes by the names of Barcelona. They had Ter Stegen in goal. George going to play as a right back. Araujo played as a central defender with Christensen. Then Marcos Alonso played as a left back, couldn't play the other young guy who is really great. Then Busquets in the single pivot, Gavi and Pedri playing alongside him, Lewandowski, Rafinha and Ousmane Dembele were the front 3 of the side which goes by the names of Barcelona. And when you look at that front 3 of Barcelona, obviously it looked threatening, obviously, but it couldn't get them even a single goal. That is the very worrying bit of it. Having Lewandowski, who was at Barcelona one of the best number 9s, and not registering a goal at Allianz Arena is really worrying. When you're having Ousmane Dembele and Rafinha, these two are really good, are really carrying that ball and really creating lots of chances for Lewandowski, and obviously people like Pedri and Gavi trying to put up the magic, and obviously it didn't happen and go as the manager wanted. But let's look at how Bayern Munich came in through to beat a side which goes by the names of Barcelona at Allianz Arena. With a system of 4-2-3-1, they had Manuel Neuer in goal. To me, is the best goalkeeper in the world. Then Pavard, right back. Upamecano and Hernandez played as the central defenders. Then Alphonso Davies played as a left back. Kimmich, Stabitza in a double midfield pivot. Leroy Sen, right attack midfielder. Musiala, central attack midfielder. Then Sadio Mane played as a left attack midfielder, and Muller led the line for a side which goes by names of Bayern Munich. So after all that, let's get into the big digest of this game of football, and this is the biggest battle I saw in this game of football. It was all about a player who goes by the names of Afonso Alves, the left back of Bayern Munich, and Rafinha. Rafinha was playing as a right forward for Barcelona, but obviously, guess who won the battle? Obviously, Afonso Alves won the battle over Rafinha. Rafinha was really closed down very well because he is really not used to playing games of such a magnitude. You know, you might be talented, but playing games of such magnitude can also affect your performance. I remember Ronaldo, it was the season of 2006, 2005, I think, 2005, 2006, one of those years when playing the Champions League. I'm talking as Manchester United fan. There is the way Gattuso bossed Ronaldo out of that game. But trust me, Ronaldo matured. I think it was like 2 years later, in 2008 or 2007, Ronaldo came across Gattuso in that AC Milan team. Ronaldo destroyed Gattuso, showing you that he had not so much gotten used to playing games of such magnitude, but when he really grew into a level of playing such games of such magnitude, then he really bossed him around. And that's my problem with Gavi and the player who goes on in Pedri. Are they really at the level of playing games of such a magnitude? I believe in that midfield of Barcelona, it was supposed to be Busquets, Frankie de Jong, and Frankie Kessie. That's what I really believe. In a stadium where you're not having a lion's share of the people supporting your team, why do you risk to play these young boys, Pedri and Gavi? To me, I'd rather go in for Frank Kessie, who is used to very many situations like this, and Frankie de Jong, such that I neutralize that midfield of Kimmich and Stabitza plus Musiala. Then after they are really down in the energy levels, I bring in Pedri and Gavi to come on and do the needful. I really believe that that's where Xavi got that wrong. But obviously, if you are having Pedri and Gavi, don't expect Diaby and Ousmane Dembele and Rafinha to be released way much often, because they are going to be closed down the midfield area. And the midfield battle, obviously, you know, Kimmich had to win it. This is the man who scored for a side which goes by the names of Bayern Munich. And he scored their second goal against Barcelona after Hernandez scored in the 55th minute. And then he really went ahead to double the lead. That is the man who goes by the names of Leroy Sen. Leroy Sen really put up a very good performance. And obviously, he made his announcement back. And I know players like this battling to go in and play for the World Cup. For the country which goes by the names of Germany, they are going to really pull up their stockings to a level they've never even before, because that is the only way they're going to see themselves, Peru, all go to the World Cup. Leroy Sen doing great. And this man, Upamecano, closing down Lewandowski, formerly at Bayern Munich. He has really gone ahead to prove to us that he knew him in and out. He had all his tricks up his sleeve, and he couldn't really allow him to go in and really put in a result that all put in an attempt that could threaten the defense of the team which goes by the names of Bayern Munich. Upamecano, one of those that was rumored to be under sale all on market in the January transfer window when Matthias de Ligt came in through. Chelsea being one of those suitors that wanted the player and obviously stayed at Bayern Munich. And obviously he has put in a very good performance under that partnership with Hernandez into that central defense. Then de Ligt has not yet made it into the starting 11 of Bayern Munich, especially in the Champions League football, especially in this game particularly, because we went ahead to do a very big hauler in the midweek, and the manager said, when I'm playing a game of such a magnitude against Barcelona, there is no way I'm going to risk myself. And Upamecano is in there also putting in a fight to go in the World Cup, because France is really having very many central defenders that are really playing very well. Rafael Varane, that's a sure deal, is going. You get now the battle is in between Jules Koundé, Upamecano, there is William Saliba, and there is Konate. I know he's going to take like 5 central defenders. Now, who is going to be dropped? Because Saliba is playing very well. Upamecano is finding his form. Konate has been injured. Maybe that can see Konate out of this game of football, but obviously never say never in games like this, because you'll always see things change game in, game out at a side which goes by names of France. But Upamecano put in a very, very, very good performance today, and I really, really, really loved it. And he closed down Lewandowski. Guys, close down a player like Lewandowski, one of the best number 9s in the world, is not something easy. And if at all someone pulls it off, then you have to hail him. That's why I told people that I have to hail Varane and Lisandro Martinez after that performance against Arsenal, stopping the number 9 to score, because the main reason of the central defenders is to stop the forwards of the team they are facing to score. If I told you a defender, keep a clean sheet, the number 9 has not troubled you, no yellow card, no penalty, nothing goes to you, then obviously you have to go on and really say, all right, it's really something great that has really happened in the game of football that I've really won. So that's the happiness of Upamecano, and has really put up a very good performance. Now, this man Pedri and Gavi, to me, I think they don't have the mind to play a game of such magnitude. That's it, because there is a chance that Pedri really got, and in such games you don't get very many chances. That's it, you don't get very many chances, but obviously he got one and he couldn't bury it to the back of the net. Even Lewandowski missed a sitter in this game of football, so it looked like the 4 shots they had on target, they would have really gotten a goal, but obviously they couldn't in there at a side which goes by the names of Allianz Arena. So this team was schooled very well, and obviously Bayern took the day. They dominated. Barcelona dominated the game, but obviously they couldn't score, and obviously sometimes Manuel Neuer came to their rescue. And these are games where your goalkeeper doesn't need to do a lot of work, but those times he's attacked or required to come up and really put up a very good resistance in this game of football, then he's supposed to come in for you and really do the needful for a side which goes by names of Bayern Munich. So I think a much balanced side of Bayern Munich really caused trouble to a side which goes by names of Barcelona, and Xavi will go, to me, I think is going to go happy man, because the result, not as so much as really required. But obviously, to me, I think the reason as to why they lost this game of football, it was his choice of putting Pedri and Gavi in that midfield area. I think Casey and Frankie de Jong would have started, because they would have really put a different level of performance altogether, because there are games that are won because of experience. When you look at the players that Bayern really had, you can't tell me that you can bring Gavi and Pedri to really suffocate them in the midfield area. They couldn't. I'm not talking about their talent. They are really talented, but there are games that are won because of your experience. Game like this, Pedri putting up a performance, but obviously he isn't at that level. He isn't at that level yet to really decide games like these. That's it. Frankie de Jong comes in through and obviously doing some magic in there for you, and it shows you how important he is for a team which goes by Barcelona, even though Xavi feels like he's not the man supposed to be starting that into that midfield of a side which goes by the names of Barcelona. So I really believe that Xavi should change some things. According to me, he should really start to trust these people, because Pedri and Gavi are really the future of Barcelona, but obviously not for now. I think they should go on and really do some different things altogether, and they really cause a lot of trouble to the opponents, but not to the Bayern side. Now, stats: 13 shots, Barcelona had 18, 4 shots on target for both sides, meaning that they really would have gotten more. That's why I called for Frankie de Jong and Frank Kessie, because them having the ball, they would have found very many spaces, more than Pedri and Gavi in that midfield area. 46% possession by Bayern Munich, 54% ball possession by Barcelona. Obviously, Barcelona having a length of the possession. 475 passes completed by Bayern, 538 completed by Barcelona. Then 82% passing accuracy by Bayern. Barcelona had 85. Fouls, Bayern 12, Barcelona 8. 0 yellow cards for Bayern, 1 for Barca. 0 yellow cards for both sides. 3 offsides for both sides. 4 corners for both sides. And this is how the table is really looking. Bayern, top of the table, 2 games played, 6 points. Barcelona, 2 games played, 3 points. Inter Milan, 2 points played, 3 points. And obviously, Victoria Pleasant, 2 games played, 0 points, and they've conceded 6 goals in total. That's what the game of Barcelona really produced for us today, as they took on a side which goes by names of Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich just needs to go ahead and really win one more and really draw one more game to see to it that they really get to the levels where they're supposed to be. Thank you very much for watching in. Your reactions are welcome into the comment section below. Bayern really winning against Barcelona. Manuel Neuer failing Lewandowski on 2 occasions. Pedri getting 2 sitters. He couldn't really put one at the back of the net, and obviously Manuel Neuer was really so much important for Bayern not to concede any goals in this game of football. But obviously, you look at what Xavi is really building, something that is really very much transparent, and it's really so much promising. When you look at that midfield area, the only problem they're having is getting a central defense midfielder whom Xavi loves. I don't know who that is going to be, because Busquets is leaving and Xavi looks like he doesn't really trust Frankie de Jong, and maybe he's going to sign in a central defense midfielder. He feels like he's going to come in and really play as Busquets into that team of Barcelona. But obviously, good game. Let's wait for that return game when they're playing at Camp Nou. I really believe that it's really going to be the decider. To me, it's really going to be the decider. If Barcelona happen to beat Bayern at their stadium, that is Camp Nou, obviously it's going to be a different case altogether, and maybe we are going to see the final day as a very interesting one, because after this game of football, it means Barcelona is going to play a double tie with Inter Milan. You get? And Inter Milan will play Pleasant last, and Bayern Munich will play Barcelona last at Camp Nou. So that's how the beauty of football is, and just know that we are going to get done, or we are going to get these games of football done, especially in the groups of the Champions League and UEFA Europa League, before the World Cup. Meaning that before 12th November, all of these games will be done, and obviously we won't be here to talk about what we call the Champions League. We'll be knowing who is through to the round of 16, and obviously maybe the draws will be really drawn after the World Cup, or maybe early even before the World Cup. Will depend on what Champions League really wants in the for you. Rokani David, my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and obviously may the Almighty God protect you abundantly, because you deserve it, and may Him cover you in the blood of Jesus Christ. And I'm out. But remember to subscribe to this channel and tell me what you think about the result. Bayern beating Barcelona 2-0, Champions League 2002, 2003. I'm out.